Good morning. I'm Taylor Upchurch. Today is Saturday, March 9th. If you plan to travel US 23 this weekend through Iville, expect some traffic. The road is still down to one lane both ways. Northbound lanes were closed the weekend before last. That's because a mudslide is threatening the road. Crews are still trying to wait for things to dry out to begin work on the slide. And now let's check in with meteorologist Kelly McShane for a look at your forecast this morning. Kelly, I hear there's some rain in the forecast today.
There is some rain in the forecast today, unfortunately. However, it's bringing along those warmer temperatures, so maybe we'll take a little bit of the rain if we get those warmer spring-like temperatures. But our visibility right now, Pikeville is down to 0 miles of visibility. A lot of places checking in with less than a mile of visibility. Down into the Cumberland Valley region, fog looks to be clear for you folks. However, just be very careful, give yourself extra time, and be sure to use those low beams. Temperatures in the upper 30s to even mid 40s for some folks this morning. So those mid 40s are feeling like a bit of a heat wave due to those 20s that we had earlier in the week. Travel forecast, patchy fog possible early, so once again, just be very careful. Mostly cloudy but dry to start, and then showers and even some thunderstorms are likely as we head into your evening hours. Taylor, I'll have that full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Kelly. And despite the recent flooding, Dollywood workers are still preparing the park for the new season. With only 1 week to go, Kyle Granger gives us an update.
The 34th season of Dollywood set to open next weekend, and the park is getting a facelift. Crews are working in the rain, doing whatever they can to get Dollywood ready for Friday, March 15th. That's the exclusive opening day for season pass holders.
So we take care of those during the off season. It means a lot of working in the elements for our crews, but it's something that we have to do, and they take great pride in the work that they do when it's finished.
This year you'll find something new for your sweet tooth inside the sweet shop. The new Southern Pantry and new comfort foods. The Festival of Nations returns for the spring. They plan a whole new experience of the world. Performers from Trinidad and Tobago. New this year, a group from Cuba, and much more.
And we also have a group called Drumstrut from Africa. The fun part of that show, when you go into Show Street Palace Theater, every seat's going to have a drum in it, and you will use that drum to be part of the performance with the group Drumstrut.
And many of these off-season projects will be completed by the time the park opens to season pass holders on Friday, the general public on Saturday. Of course, it's all about the Festival of Nations. Reporting at Dollywood, Kyle Granger, WVLT News.
Dollywood's new themed area, Wildwood Grove, is scheduled to open in May. And a camp that hundreds of kids attend in Floyd County will be closed this summer. Christian Appalachian Project's Camp Shawnee will have their gates shut due to safety concerns about the road leading up to the camp. Employees with CAP say they are upset they will not be able to open up, but plan to have alternative day camps throughout the summer.
Due to safety concerns on the road leading into the Christian Appalachian Project's Camp Shawnee, we have decided that we're going to have to suspend services at the camp this summer. But we're still going to be providing those good quality services that people come to expect from CAP through offering day camps at area schools that we're working with.
Once the weather warms up, they hope to begin working on the road to get the camp back up and running. And family members were injured in a Corbin house fire last week. Now all are home except one. 5-year-old William Wager says when he smelled smoke on February 26th, he immediately ran to call 911. While he and his brother got out, several of his family members were burned or had smoke inhalation from their house burning. Family members say Stephanie Henson, Wager's aunt, ran back into the home to get the other kids out.
She told me that she was actually going in the house backwards from the front door where the fire started at.
Stephanie Henson is expected to come home within the next week. A former Mountain newspaper publisher and community leader has died. Yule Balltrip died yesterday after a long illness. His career spanned almost 50 years in community journalism, public service, and as the executive of a nonprofit organization. The Harlan County native will be inducted into the Kentucky Journalism Hall of Fame later this month. In the mid-1990s, he became executive director of the Kentucky Appalachian Commission and later founded the National Institute for Hometown Security in 2004. We interviewed him many times on WYMT through the years.
If East Kentucky is truly to advance and if we're truly to experience the type of progress that we want, this region has to speak with a unified voice. We cannot have a splintered voice coming out of this region.
Balltrip's visitation will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. until the funeral at 5 at Southern Oaks Funeral Home in Somerset. Yule Balltrip was 68 years old. A possible motive in a Perry County murder case. That's what we learned yesterday during a preliminary hearing. Police say this man, James McIntosh, shot and killed Danny Mullins last week. As investigators laid out their case against him, he sat without emotion. WYMT's Macy Marie was in the courtroom and shares what investigators and McIntosh's own wife believe led to the murder.
Two witnesses took the stand during the preliminary hearing for James McIntosh. He is accused of shooting and killing Danny Mullins. Officers say McIntosh told them he thought Mullins had a gun.
Mr. McIntosh stated that Mullins reached into the vehicle, and as he did, Mr. McIntosh stated he feared for his life, got his own gun out of his vehicle, and shot and killed Mr. Mullins.
Following the shooting, deputies say McIntosh told them he threw the gun into the river. Witness testimony also revealed why the two likely met on February 27th.
He stated he'd been kicked out, that Deborah knew, found out about the affair, had seen the pictures.
McIntosh told officers he and Mullins' wife were having an affair and that Mullins let McIntosh's wife know about it.
And he said, "Oh, I'm calling you because I feel like you have a right to know."
After witnesses testified, the defense asked the judge to lower McIntosh's bond, which was denied.
We're happy with the ruling, and the investigation is ongoing, and it's a tragedy for the community.
McIntosh's bond is $250,000 cash. In Perry County, Macy Marie, WYMT Mountain News.
The case will now head to a grand jury. We do not know when McIntosh will be back in court. And coming up on Mountain News this morning, never give up. That was the message shared last night from Johnson County native Marlena Van Hoos. We'll tell you why coming up next. And later we'll check in with Jason Lindsay to see what he is working on for us in this morning's Hooked on Science segment.
We get a taste of spring this weekend in every way possible. I'll have the details about the warm temperatures and storms coming up next.